Hi, friends, and thanks for coming back to hang out with me on Elevate with Erica. So, life has been lifing these last couple weeks. Actually, before I even go any further, I wanted to show you guys something. I actually shared this on my Instagram stories this morning because I blew my own dang on mind. So, as I'm writing in my journal this morning, my driver's seat journal, by the way, it's my first self-published journal. So, as I'm writing in my journal this morning and I'm going to write the date, I was like, wait, why am I writing September? And then I realized it's because I had looked the day before and that was also September. So then I'm like, wait, how far back have I been writing the wrong date? And then it gets worse, friends, because yeah, this last week has been quite the whirlwind. And it is shown in the way that I have been dating my journal daily. So let me just start back at it should have been October 3rd. Okay. This is how I started dating my journal back then. So on October 3rd, I put November 3rd. Okay. I'm watching a video where I showed it on my stories. Then I put November 4th. Then I put October 5th. Then I put November 6th. Then for the weekly reflection, for the 1 week reflection, I put September 30th through November 6th. And then I put November 7th. Then I put September 8th. And then I put September 9th and September 10th. And then, yeah. So, here we are today on the day that I'm recording this, which is October 11th. I finally know the date today. But yes, just a little funny. That's how life has been lifing for me these last couple weeks. And on the day that my last podcast episode published, I found out that the company that I partner with, BODi, formerly Beachbody, which many of you still know it as, I found out that they were changing their compensation plan. All right. So I am a partner with BODi. They had two different ways in which you could earn compensation with the company. I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty because it's not what we're doing here today. Um, but you could earn compensation by building a team of other partners who were helping other partners who were helping other partners build their own business too, right? So there was kind of that business mentorship side of the compensation plan. And then the other side of the compensation plan was just being an affiliate, right? And helping people get results and sharing with them your codes to use with the platforms that you earn commission in that way, and then running challenge group to help them get results. Okay, so two different ways in which you could earn. And they changed it so that the business mentorship side of it, the compensation that you could receive from that is gone. Okay, so you can now only earn by being an affiliate with BODi, which honestly, it didn't affect me as harshly as it did some of my other brothers and sisters in the business because of the way that I've operated my business. I've always operated only on the affiliate side. But it still affects the way that we all do business moving forward. And I'm not leaving BODi. I'm remaining on as an affiliate of the company. Those programs, honey, they have changed my whole dang on life. I am 1000% confident in saying that I wouldn't even have this podcast today if it wasn't for BODi. I wouldn't have published my own journal. I wouldn't have affiliated with the other amazing companies I get to today. I wouldn't have made the impact that I've been able to with my social media channels. And, yes, some workout programs and yes, the spaces that I've gotten to get into, the rooms I've been able to get into with this community, some of them have had a bigger impact on my life than others. But overall, BODi has changed my whole dang life. But the aftermath of these compensation changes has been wild. And bear with me because I know you may not care about the body structure and the compensation and all that stuff, but we're going to get to the inspirational part of this message today. I just want to give you a little bit of backstory about how I came up with this topic today and what I've been going through in my life. So, my messages were blowing up with concern over how this was going to affect my life, my business, my income. They were blowing up with invites to join other companies. They were blowing up with my team and clients wondering, what does this all mean for us? It was just so much at one time. And also in that, I'm trying to process it myself, right? And how I'm going to continue building my business moving forward. So I feel like someone threw me in on tumble dry high. Okay. And somehow I've made it to this point nearly 2 weeks later from the moment that I'm recording this. And I will continue to promote BODi and work with my clients for as long as I'm able, because I know the impact that it can have on someone's life firsthand. Um, because it's how I can stay so consistent in my workouts today. It's why I look forward to working out. So if you're a client of mine, I'm still here pushing play with you from home, and I'm excited to continue to lead you through that. But something really cool came out of all this. And I'm not going to string along all the details for you guys, because that, again, is not what this episode is about. But because of the restructuring of BODi, some of my friends in the business were invited to become a founding affiliate of a brand new up and coming company that's going to be launching the first bioactive precision peptides into the marketplace. And again, if you're like, what the heck is she talking about? What is a peptide? I'm not bringing all the details of the products to this episode. Don't worry, you don't have to shut me off. You can message me on social media if you want more information or you want to jump on the compensation opportunity as being a founding affiliate as well. But what I will share here is that after doing research over the course of a few days, it was an easy yes for me to align myself with this company, their products, the science behind it all, because this is going to be game changing for so many as far as unlocking solutions to problems that they've struggled with, whether it be related to energy or weight loss or muscle growth or focus during the day or better sleep at night. This is going to be revolutionary. I believe that from the bottom of my heart. And I'm just so excited to be in it from the ground up. You know, I've been sharing my excitement over these products and this business opportunity for the past week on my social media, and I haven't received any hate back over it personally, as of today, anyway. But I know that some of my friends in the BODi business have. They've been getting hate over even just aligning with an additional company outside of BODi. And this takes me into what I want to talk about today. There is so much peace and power in letting people be wrong about you. And let me tell you, this is one of the biggest lessons that I've learned over this past year after going through that just upheaval of my marriage last year and going through that very publicly, and then choosing to make the decision to rebuild that marriage and seek counseling and start attending church and grow in my faith and changing myself in such personal ways, but in a very public way. One of the biggest lessons from all that is that kind of experience in such a public way invited so many opinions on my life. And in order to keep growing through what I was going through, I had to realize that statement, that there is so much peace and power in letting people be wrong about you. Because when you go against the grain, you're going to feel resistance, both on your own path as you create something new and from others who are observing, from others in the cheap seats, right? Afraid to make the moves that you have already made and are continuing to make. You know, I have had this intuitive nudge for the past year that I need to do something different. And I think that there is, like, looking back at all the titles of my podcast episodes, I think that there's a theme there where you can see, because this is always a come with me podcast, not, hey, do what I do. You can see that I was trying to push against the grain this past year. And that is because I have had this nudge to do something different. Not that I needed to abandon anything that I was doing, but that I needed to move differently. I needed change. I needed to step up my game. I wasn't getting the results that I wanted. And I knew that wasn't anyone else's fault but my own. But I couldn't put my finger on what I was being called to do. I couldn't figure out how I could step it up any more than I was. And maybe you can relate to this. Like, how am I supposed to do more when I don't have the time to do what I'm already doing? Right? But I knew that I wasn't moving as my highest self. I knew that I needed to step it up some way, somehow. And I fell into that always inviting trap of, I'll step it up when, right? I'll step it up when. I'm sure you said it too. When things slow down, when I have more money, when, just not now, right? But life, God, the universe, God, it sure has a way of just getting your attention when it wants to, doesn't it? On its time. And it sure has a way of lighting a fire under your butt. And while it's usually uncomfortable, it's exactly the fire that you needed to step it up. And that's what the body compensation restructuring did for me. I processed through things with action, and it propelled me into action. Okay, Erica, this is the hand that you've been dealt. Play it or fold. And I've been playing the hell out of it for the last 2 weeks, friends. Even though I didn't know what day it was, I have been playing the hell out of it. And I have to tell you that I feel this new beating in my chest. And I feel excited again to lead my body clients with this new excitement, to share with the world the revolutionary products that are going to be coming out of this new company I've decided to align with. I love health and wellness. I live to help others live healthier, happier lives. And I am excited to continue to do that with the unlock that this new company brings. I'm stepping into my higher self, and I can feel that in my bones. And while I haven't experienced hate or pushback over it on social media, as I said, I have some friends who have. And every time that I hear about it, I just think to myself, one, why do they think that they get to comment on your life choices? And don't they have enough to worry about in their own life to take any time judging others? And two, who cares, right? Because their opinions don't pay your bills, fulfill your dreams, or help you sleep at night. And we do get a lot more hate in the network marketing space because most people just don't understand it, or they believe the trash that they read on the internet, right? But as I saw my girl in the business, Holly, sharing about on her stories this morning, if someone in the corporate world was to lose their job or a piece of their income, would we trash them for going out and seeking new opportunities? 100,000% no, right? Is that fact going to stop them from having opinions about us? Also, no. I did a recent podcast titled Prove Your Point or Protect Your Peace. It was my most viewed podcast episode on YouTube to date. And that message is what I need you to remind yourself of today. And I know that most of you aren't affiliated with BODi, but I also know that we all battle with making choices that bring in uninvited opinions from others. And their disappointment in your choices is not yours to hold. You failed to match the version of you that they created in their mind, and that's also not yours to hold. I lost a lot of followers when I went through the fallout in my marriage last year. And I still to this day have never even publicly shared what happened. It's my hope to one day be able to share so that we can help other couples, but we aren't as a unit ready to do that. So I still hadn't even shared what happened, but people quickly formed their own opinions. And they had created a version of me and a version of what must have happened in my marriage in their own minds. And I got some pretty wild unsolicited advice back too, which I hope to one day share as well. But it was a blessing release to see them go, because it was like the trash taking itself out, which just makes life easier, doesn't it? As I like to say, not all storms come to disrupt your life. Some come to just clear the path. And that storm definitely cleared some riffraff off my path. Maybe the shift, the change, the decision that you're having to make will cause some people to exit your life as well, to show their true colors. But maybe that's just meant to clear your path for what's next for you, right? Make space for who is next for you. Because people aren't always going to like your choices. And we have to learn to be okay with that so that we can continue living to our fullest potential and fulfill God's plan and purpose for us. We have to normalize leaving people in whatever reality that they have chosen, because that's not ours to hold. I'd be lying if I said that it didn't cross my mind. What will people think about me announcing I'm affiliating with this new company? And I'd like to tell you that I'm perfect at not worrying about what others think about me, but I'm human and I struggle with it too sometimes. And I have to tell you what finally helped me make the move and say yes. So I thought about my life to that point and what I wished I had done differently. And I want you to try this too if you're worried about what others think about you. And you know what one of the big things was for me that I wish I had done differently? Beachbody. Because yes, it was called Beachbody back when I first wanted to become a coach with the company after I had gotten killer results from the Insanity program post having my first baby. You know why I didn't back then? Why I didn't become a coach had to be between 5 to 7 years sooner than I said yes finally, because I was worried what others thought about me. That's actually specific people in that story that I was worried about, but I'm not going to name them because I feel like that shifts the blame to them for me not doing what I wanted to do. And really, the blame's all mine because I let their opinions dictate my choices. And man, if I could do that all over again, I know that I would have created such a bigger business by just getting into the opportunity sooner. So when I thought about affiliating with this new company and asked myself that question about my life, up to that point, what would I do differently? I thought to myself, Erica, this is it. The moment is back in front of you. You already know what it's like to sit on your hands. You believe in the science behind these products. You've educated yourself. It aligns with your love for health and wellness. It pairs perfectly with the BODi platform. And you're going to get to help more people. That's what you love to do. So why do you need someone else's approval? I don't, and you don't. And like I said, I know that many of you can't relate specifically to that example, but man, I could apply that logic to so many other big decisions I've made in my personal life lately that I'm not able to share because of the people involved. But I've made moves that I should have made 10 years ago. But I didn't do it back then because I was worried what others would think about me, would say about me. You know what else is challenging when you decide to do something different on top of the opinions of others coming at you? There's knowing inside of you that this is scary. People don't think you think it's scary because you're doing it, right? You're going for it, despite what they think. But inside, you're kind of scared, right? Because doing something new is scary and it's uncertain, and you could fall on your face. And then, man, they will really have something to say, won't they? Because they're waiting for that. But here's what I want you to remember: your best days are not coming. They are here. They are right here today, because nothing else is certain. And stepping into your highest self is uncertain because you've never been there before. So your best day is today. And you get to make the choices today that set up tomorrow to be the best day. But right now, your best day is today. So live it according to your dreams, not someone else's plan for your life. Their limitations are not yours. They get to keep those. And the best part about being anchored in exactly who you are and your decisions, in your authenticity, is that you don't have to live up to anyone else's image. There is no image for you to maintain. This is your story. And some are going to celebrate you, and some are going to be disturbed by you, and not one bit of it changes who you are and the moves you will continue to make in your life. In the past, I sat on my hands too many times. That's my answer to that question. When I look back on my life, what do I wish I had done differently? I wish I had made moves when I wanted to. I wish I had the courage to go for things instead of holding myself back with the opinions of others or the limitations of others. I wish I had left them in their reality and created my own sooner. Because life is a series of pivots. There is not a wrong decision. Gosh, I wish I could tell old me that, like 18-year-old me. There is no wrong decision. Every pivot that we make sets us down a new path. And we don't know what that path's going to look like until we get there. And you know what? If we don't like it, we get to pivot again. And that's what builds our beautiful life, our beautiful life. We got to stop letting other people grab the wheel and trust that you have the ability to just keep pivoting. Pivoting is living. Sitting on your hands is dying. Friends, thank you for spending this time with me today. This past week has been a whirlwind, and I hope I've somehow gathered that experience and how I'm growing through it and put together the right words that will inspire someone else in their season of pivots too. If there's one thing I want you to take away from today, it's this: life is a series of pivots. Every decision, no matter how uncertain, is a step toward something new, something meaningful. There's no wrong move when you're anchored in your truth. Don't sit on your hands waiting for permission or approval from people who aren't living your life, because they don't get to write your story. You do. So today, I want you to choose to move forward, choose to pivot, and trust that you can keep building the life that you were meant to live. Your best day isn't some far off goal. It's right here. It's right now. It's today. Keep stepping into your highest self, unapologetically and authentically, because this is your journey and it's time to live it fully. Until next episode, friends. E. Hey, friends, if you took something from this episode, would you share it with me? Share how this impacted you or how you can relate in your own season of change, and head to the show notes and text me. I won't know who you are unless you include your name in that message, by the way. And if you could take a moment and share this episode to someone you think should hear it or share it directly on your social media, I would so appreciate it. Your sharing does it all in helping me get more eyes on the show so that we together can make a bigger impact. Okay, friends, talk to you soon.